Hi skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2021 Nordic ski test. In this video, we're going to talk about backcountry and light touring skis. There's a lot of variety in this category, and we're going to talk about some of the differences. In general, these skis are all designed more for going off a groomed trail, making your own trail, power lines, golf courses, backyards, even full-on backcountry situations. If you're going out making your own trails, these are really, really good choices. Now, some of these are narrow enough to use in groomed classic tracks as well, and we'll talk about that. Over here on my left, this is all Rossignol skis, and I think it's a really good representation of this category in general. So closest to me is the BC 100. This is really wide, pretty much as wide as you're gonna get in this category. We do have a couple skis that we discuss in the test that are a little bit wider, but this is like getting up into alpine ski width with this 100 millimeter tip. Really, really good choice if all you're gonna do is backcountry scenarios. So, off trail, you're really, really going up to come down. There's pretty good downhill performance in these skis. You get a posi track base and you get a full metal edge, but there is no way you're gonna fit this into a groomed classic track. The BC 80 is pretty similar. We're getting a little narrower there, so arguably a little bit more versatile for firmer snow conditions, but still too wide for a groomed classic track. And then down there on the end, we have both the BC 65 and the OT 65. So both 65 millimeter width, but the difference is this BC 65 gets a full metal edge. So tip to tail, full metal edge, and the OT 65 only gets a partial metal edge. So what that means is the BC 65 is going to be quite a bit heavier, and this is a little bit lighter, more efficient, and faster in a traditional classic sense. So even though those are still pretty wide, wider than a normal groomed classic ski or something that's designed specifically for groomed classic tracks, they're definitely wider than that. But that OT65 is still a perfectly reasonable choice if you're going to go to a touring center and ski in some groomed tracks. Now over here on my right, we have a few more options, a few more examples from Salomon, Alpina, and Fischer. So this Outback 68 from Salomon, kind of like what we were just saying about that BC 65, pretty darn similar ski, a little bit wider. I think 68 is getting almost too wide for a groomed track. Technically it'll fit in some, but it's kind of one of those things where you're like scraping the sides of the track sometimes. And then this Escape 60 is a particularly interesting ski, narrower at 60 width, but this one's got a full metal edge. So between those kind of four skis that we just looked at, there's even a lot of variety among there. This is definitely narrow enough to fit into a classic track, into a groomed track. But with that full metal edge, you can still take it, anywhere you want and trust the ski's grip in a off-piste, ungroomed situation. Alpina, a couple options from Alpina as well. The Discovery 80, just like that BC 80, were more variety or more versatility rather than some of these wider skis, but still too wide for a groomed classic track. That Discovery 68, you could fit that into a track, like I said. But I wouldn't recommend it. But another just really, really good option if you just want to go out and make your own trails, full metal edge, just really trustworthy skis. All these skis with full metal edges and some sort of grip system on the base. They're just very, very trustworthy skis. And then you've got the Traverse 78 down there from Fischer as well. Very, very similar ski to everything that we've looked at so far. Full metal edge, grip system underfoot. This one's actually got you can put an additional skin system on here for people that really, really want to go like up tricky, demanding ascents. I left the foam things on here. Those aren't part of the graphic by any means. But yeah, that's it. That's the backcountry and light touring category in our ski test. As always, don't hesitate to ask us any questions. There's a lot of information. We tried to include as much feedback as we could in the test, but please don't hesitate to get in touch with us, whether it's through a comment on the test itself or an email or pick up the phone and call us. More than happy to chat about these skis and the differences among them because there are a lot of differences. So yeah, that's backcountry light touring. Hope you enjoy the Nordic test, and we'll see you guys out there on the trails.